What is going on, second grade? We are going to try and finish up or at least get started on the finishing of our fall leaf project. Got some Halloween music playing, trying to get in the holiday spirit. So, first things first, got to make sure that everything that we drew last week is traced, okay? We want to make sure that we have our lines really defined with those Sharpie markers or black magic markers, whatever you use, and that they're going all over the paper. In the previous video, I put up a different primary, secondary song. So we want to think about those three primary colors and those three secondary colors. And I want you to take them out of whatever you're using. I have these lovely art sticks over here. I love these things. They're basically like the center of a coloring pencil. So our three primary colors are red, yellow, blue. And our three secondary colors are orange, green, and purple. So in a previous project, we kind of started to experiment with this, with the circle project. With our circle project, we had one main circle colored one color, and then where it overlapped, we mixed our colors. With this, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to break these 6 colors up to warm and cool colors. So let's think. When we see warm colors out of these 6, what do we think are warm? Our warm colors are red, yellow, orange. Leave that yellow up there so you can see it. That leaves our 3 cool colors as purple, green, and blue. Warm colors are warm because they remind us of like a candle, fire. Those things are warm. The sun is warm. Cool things are a little bit trickier to describe, but I always say that grass in the morning is cool. Icebergs, we see a lot of blue, and sometimes we see some purple on icebergs as well, okay? And that's really the reflection of the sky. So this is how we are going to work our project. I'm going to focus on our warm colors and on one leaf. This is kind of tricky. It's almost like putting a puzzle together. You're going to use your 3 primary colors to color in different sections of your leaf, but you can't have the same color touch the same color across. They can touch on a corner. This is the challenging part. Okay? So this is how I want you to try and do this. We'll zoom in a little bit. Oh yeah. All I'm going to do to get started is put a little line of each color, okay, where I want them to be. Okay. If I have a little line like that, I can erase it if I'm using coloring pencils. Sometimes we have crayons at home that are erasable. I know my kids do. Now, the other tricky part is now we have these 3 areas defined. We have to figure out where these other colors are going to go. So that red can't touch red here on a side, but it would be able to touch on this corner. Okay, so it takes a little bit of planning out. So maybe I'll put orange here, I'll put yellow here, and I'll put that red right where I said it was going to be. Now we got to worry about up here, so maybe I'll color that part in orange. And I'll put yellow next to it. So over here is the last little section of this leaf. I have red here, I have orange here, I have red here. So what color does that have to be? For me, it has to be yellow. Now, if you understand the process and you're getting what we're doing here, where they can't really touch each other, you could hit pause and just go. If you want to still watch how I do this example, hang around. So this section has yellow here, so it can't be yellow. It has red here, so it can't be red. But it's only touching that orange on the corner. So there we go. Now this bigger section now has yellow here in the middle, has orange that we just put there, and has just a little red that's touching on a corner. So that can be red. This can be either yellow or red. So I'm going to make it, or yellow or orange, I'm sorry. I'm going to make it orange. And we can't forget about our stem. Stem is a little more straightforward. This part is yellow, so that's going to be red. I'll make that little part orange and the rest yellow. So now that we have it all mapped out, I can go back in and color. This is going to kind of look like a stained glass leaf. Normally, when I do this project, I'll take a bunch of classes and I'll put them all together with no space in between each student's artwork, and it will actually look like a stained glass window. It's really neat how it all turns out. Use that orange next. This is not the version of the song that I know. I guess I know the older version. That must be the remix. Remix! What do you think is going to come on next? I bet it's going to be, I don't know, Thriller. That Michael Jackson Halloween song. If I'm right, that would be something pretty funny. Hope everybody has their Halloween costumes. I'm right. Oh my goodness, I'm right. It is Thriller. Huh. Cool. Look how awesome that first leaf looks. That looks great. All right, I'm going to do one more example. If you don't need to follow along, if you understand the process, hit pause and just go on those leaves. But we're not touching those secondary colors yet. We're not touching those cool colors yet. All right, so we'll start up here with red. I'm going to do the same kind of process. I'm just going to put a little line, okay? And then that way, like I said before, if I make a mistake, I could just erase it. I'm just kind of mapping out where I think that my color should be. Let's see, this is where it gets kind of tricky. I did that kind of quick because it was more straightforward than this one. So here we go. Here's a question. I have red here touching the corner. I have orange here touching on the side. Orange is out. I have the yellow over here touching on the side. So my two options for my stem are going to be either red or yellow. So we'll just color it in yellow. Now I'll go back. My kids have their Halloween costumes picked out. I hope you have yours picked out. Exciting weekend. Halloween on a Saturday. All right, take your time doing this. Sometimes in the classroom, this could end up being like a 2-day coloring project because there's so much like thinking, planning, mapping to do. And it could be a little much. So there's a good chance that next week, I'm going to I'll put out on Friday a little questionnaire that everybody's going to need to fill out asking if they need an extra day to work on this, okay? Now, I know I have one more leaf, and I know that you probably have one more leaf, but I want to stop after I get done with this to talk about our background and how we should really work on our background, because that is kind of a tricky spot that can back us up into a corner rather quickly if we are not really doing that mapping out part. Okay, so here's my last leaf. Last leaf, I'm saving you for later. Warm colors, adios, see you later. Backing it up. Okay, now I have 2 leaves done. Time for my cool colors. Now here's going to be a question that somebody's going to be thinking. Well, I've got more than one blue. I have more than one green. I have more than one purple. Can I use those too, Mr. Thompson? And the answer is absolutely yes. You could use those. You can use those all day long, but they still count. So if you have a dark blue and you're using a medium blue, dark blue, medium blue, it's still blue. If you have a light green, I have 1, 2, 3 other greens that I can use with this. I have 4 greens total in my art set. No matter which shade they are, it's still green. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 purples. Okay, I could use all 4 purples if I really want to, but they're still purple. Now, this next part is kind of serious because I don't want anybody to make any mistakes. When we're doing the background, the area that's not the leaves, we have to really work across our paper in one direction. Okay, sometimes hopping around, it won't work with this. Okay, so we're going to start up here. I'll do purple, green, blue. Okay, maybe I'll go this way, and then I'm going to come down here. So purple, can't touch purple. I have blue in my hand. Let's do blue. We have a little spot right there. That can be green. Okay, blue is there. Green is there. What color can these be? Okay, a little closer. There we go. Now you can see. I have purple here, blue here, green here. These 2 areas are going to start to be a little tricky. So this area, I'm going to have to make it green. Okay, so we'll have greens touching on the corners. That way we could have purple here. We could put blue here. Nope, I made a mistake. See, it happens. I made a mistake. Can't put blue there because then we're only left with, oh no, we can fit green there. All right, good. See, sometimes it gets a little tricky. So we have blue, green. What can go here? There's only one color that can go there, and it's purple. Okay, so now these 2 sides, we're coming around our leaf. That's green. There's blue. There's blue. Okay. Just color these in a little bit since I know that they're right. Okay. Just gonna focus on this bottom part. Let's work this way. We have blue, so we can put either colors right there. So I'm going to do green here. I'll put purple here, and that leaves a blue spot here. Now we're going to work across. So we have purple here, we have green here, so this area is going to have to be blue. And look, it goes around that stem. So we could do purple here. You do green here. Now that we have green here and blue here, this is going to have to be purple. See how I'm mapping this out? I'm just kind of doing a little bit of thinking, okay? And then I can always go back and color it in. Back it up just a little bit. We're going to start working over this way. If you understand what we're doing, hit pause. Everybody's background is going to look completely different. So you don't really have to be watching this part, but this is This is how I'm thinking about our background. Okay, because it's kind of like putting a puzzle together. It's a little on the tricky side. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. I want you to focus on your background. I'll probably have I'm gonna put up another video of what mine looks like when it's finished underneath this. Okay, so turn on some Halloween music, get some coloring markers or coloring pencils, or if you have these art sticks, crayons, whatever. Have fun coloring in this picture. I can't wait to see how you are finishing this up. All right, take care. See you later.